The debate over the debt ceiling limit delayed, and a new report shows the clock is ticking on a deal to avoid a debt default. According to the Congressional Budget Office, if Congress does not come to a decision to raise the debt limit, the government could default on its debt by the middle of June. Now, this comes as an important meeting between President Biden and congressional leaders was abruptly postponed till next week. NewsNation Washington correspondent Joe Khalil is live on Capitol Hill. Joe, what is the latest on this?
Yeah, well, let's start with what's new just this morning, actually, Nichole. The new deadline that you talked about, the Congressional Budget Office putting out that new deadline, the middle of June, they say, is when we're likely going to run out of money as a government, not June 1st. So that's a big deal. 2 additional weeks now for Congress and the White House to get their you-know-what together and come up with a deal that avoids an economic catastrophe and ultimately raises the debt limit. We were thinking it was going to be June 1st because Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen gave that date. So those 2 weeks, it might not seem like a long time, but every single day matters. That could be crucial here. And look, there is a lot of reason to be pessimistic right now. President Biden today was supposed to meet with the top 4 leaders in Congress, top 2 Republicans, top 2 Democrats. That meeting never happened. It was canceled because we assume the 2 sides were simply not making enough progress to have anything concrete to talk about today. So that's a reason maybe not to be so optimistic about this. At the same time, you have the both sides' rhetoric not seeming like they're making much progress at all or getting close even to meeting in the middle. Here's what both sides are saying about this.
He ignored us now for 100 days. He thought this problem would go away like the border. We didn't want to sit back, just like with the border, so we went to work and we raised the debt ceiling.
We have talked about how Congress should get back to regular order, having those appropriations conversation, having the conversation of budget, and that is what the president said he is willing to do, willing to have that conversation. But again, we cannot have a default.
So, Nichole, it's not all bad news. We can tell you that even though the president and the top congressional leaders did not meet, their staffs are continuing to meet, and they seem to be inching toward progress. So that is at least a step in the right direction, maybe not as fast as we'd like. I also talked to Senator Mike Braun today. He's a Republican from Indiana who's on the Budget Committee, and he says he doesn't think we're going to end up in a default. He was a bit more optimistic. Here's what he told us.
It's not going to be the end of the world. Even if you get in close to June 1st, we have to start doing some of these things to shrink the size of this place, or we're going to keep going down that trail where Biden wants to put us, even further in debt.
Yeah. Do you think it would be catastrophic if we end up defaulting?
No, because I don't think we'll get there, number one. This is mostly the drama leading up to it.
So, Nichole, we may have 2 extra weeks potentially of breathing time, but remember, it takes about a week to get anything through the Senate, and it could take just as long to get anything through the House. So we really are looking at the clock. You imagine that both sides' staff members are going to continue to work through the weekend, and maybe we have some new news coming up on Monday.
Absolutely, yeah. The American people want those lawmakers to get moving. All right, Joe, thank you.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.